Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Flat sharing is synonymous with students, but with many people finding it difficult to get a mortgage and rents rising, a growing number of people who are now in their 40s and 50s are choosing to live with others.
Yeah, sharing a house can cut bills, provide extra company, but it can also be a strain on both personal space and patience. So, could you live with people you don't know? We asked some of you what you thought.
I don't think I would like to house share because I think I would lose my privacy and I wouldn't feel comfortable sharing with somebody that I didn't know that well.
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one because you've got to have people you want to live with and you've got to be able to afford it as well. So very difficult.
No, I don't think I would share because you need your own space and yeah, you'd have problems with all sorts of things, bills and everything like that. So no,
I think it's a good thing for probably old age people so that they're not in isolation. And they've got company and they can share the costs. So in general, yeah, but maybe as I get older I might think of it if my marriage doesn't work out.
No. I'm too old for house sharing. I'm built for comfort now.
I'm sharing a house Monday to Friday and I come back and stay with my sister at the weekend at the moment. So I'm actively doing it.
what do you think to your housemate?
Oh, they're brilliant. They're really nice people, get on really well, everything's shared. It's quite good, it's a good way of living, really.
More of us doing it apparently, but could you cope and how do you cope? Maya Haruna is from the flat share website Easy Roommate, and Ian Petty-Mayer has just moved into a house share for the first time. Good morning.
Morning.
How's it going, Ian?
Good. Good.
Just explain the situation. How did you end up back in a house share?
Basically, relationship ended, moved back to this country, got a new job in Milton Keynes with the range, and had to find somewhere to live. And the end of search for a property, which does work out to be quite difficult because there's so many different aspects that you have to take into consideration. It cost, where it is in a good area, bad area, can you park your car there safely at night without having the wheels nicked? What's the things?
I don't want to be rude. How old are you, Ian?
I'm 46.
So you're 46. Maya, are you seeing people of Ian's age now going in for these kind of house share, flat shares?
We are seeing a growth in the number of people who are choosing to flat share, around that age range between 45 to 54.
And is it sort of similar stories, relationship breakdown, or what are the reasons why people end up in a flat
Very,
share?
very similar stories, divorces, people that, due to their work commitments, have just been moving around, during their 20s, 30s, and now in their 40s. They're still moving around because they lack the freedom. Or even some people who are flat sharing Monday to Friday and then going back to their family home on the weekend.
Yeah, and I suppose having had the freedom of your own place before, how difficult is it to get used to living with other people again, strangers if you like?
It's the rules that the houses have, because they obviously have a structure of rules, and you have to obey the rules to live in a property. And then do you get on with the people that you live with in those? Because you're meeting them for the first time. They've already been there, they already live there. You're coming in as a new person. How do you get on and deal with that?
And well, that's the question. I mean, assume they're not watching this morning. Do you get on with those people? How's it going?
Some of them are quiet. Some of them sell to themselves. Other people have a bit of music going on in the morning, at night, or you don't see them. Can you actually get in the drive to park your car? No, because they're bad at parking.
And that must be tough. That must be difficult to get used to when you've not had to deal with that before.
It is, but what choice do you have? I mean, when I moved into mine, and there was the issue that there were rules, and I was like, I'm actually moving into a place that feels like now a prison.
What sort of rules?
You can't bring anybody around, you can't, because they could clash with everybody else. And I've now been explained why they do it, and I can see that side of it, but because I'm not like that sort of person.
Yeah. May, do you find that, that it's probably a good idea to have rules. Do you find that people who are a bit older find it more difficult in that kind of situation?
Not necessarily. What we advise our users, Easy Roommate users, to do is make sure you go for a house viewing, and when you're there, ask as many questions as possible so you know you're compatible with the people that you're potentially moving in with. It means that you get to know more about the
Are
property.
there rules about washing up?
Some people do, but I think, you know, if you're living in a flat share, whether you're a student or you're, you know, in your 40s and 50s, it's good to have rules. Then there's no arguments in it. It will go smoothly.
Samara's right at that.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Hope it
both.
goes well. Lots of you getting in touch on that. We'll read your comments out later. But Graham says, I just couldn't do it. As an adult, I just couldn't do it.
Lots of you talking about that. It's 7:45. These are the main stories from BBC Breakfast this morning. Classified documents.